Oh my gosh, I just did it. I got a piranha. Yes. He's in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Today, I'm testing myself more than I ever have on this channel. I'm submerging myself into the Amazon jungle for the next 2 weeks, where I learn to survive on my own and put my knowledge to the test in a solo isolation phase. I'm going into this course provided by Wild Tales with little to no experience on things to look out for and resources that I can utilize during my stay. There's bound to be some challenges along the way, but the taste of victory and conquering my nerves wouldn't be so sweet without it. So stick around and watch me put my knowledge to the test and see if I have what it takes to survive in the world's most coveted jungle.
Radio check.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, see you at the end.
Yeah. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Amazon jungle. My name is Mavrik. I just got dropped off here in Guyana. Over the next 5 days, I'm going to be using everything in this here belt kit to survive out here in a shelter that I build, fish that I catch, and animals that I hunt. Now, you might be curious as to what I was able to bring with me. So I'm gonna run through that first things first before even getting started on my shelter. I have a Pelican case that is just full of camera equipment. I do have some spare contacts and things like that because I have bad eyes. I did bring a bamboo pot that I have made to boil some fish or boil some water if need be. I have a primitive bow and arrow that's handmade to be able to take down an animal. The wood is harvested out of the Amazon rainforest, and the string is actually made from local grass fibers, handmade. And then I have a small fishing stick. This is also known as a yari yari rod for catching bait fish. I also have what's around my waist, and that is what is called a belt kit. This belt kit consists of 2 pockets. I have a fishing kit with hand lines, a few extra hooks and leaders. I have another kit that has cotton balls and flint and steel. And that's it for pocket 1. In my second pocket, I have a canteen with a mug, a compass, a cockroach, and some iodine to purify my water. I do have myself a Brazilian machete and a file to sharpen it. With all of these tools that you see before me, I'm going to be spending the next 5 days out here alone. Behind me, I have one of the most important resources. This is the Bora Bora River. This river is home to giant caiman, piranha, catfish, tiger catfish, arapaima. I mean, the list goes on. The jungle's been getting a lot of rain lately. The river's risen up at least 2 feet just this morning. So it's going to be an interesting time out here. As you can see, there's no designated campsite. There's not even a trail. It's just up to me to get everything situated. I have little to no experience in doing this, but over the knowledge that I've learned over the last few weeks, I feel like I'm ready to take it on. So stick with me. This is going to be one of the most adventurous things that I've ever posted on this channel. Battles are won within, and sometimes you need a little bit of a push in the right direction. That's why I've decided to partner up with the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. In my opinion, mental health doesn't have to be such a taboo topic. The generational gap and the idea that your feelings should just be bottled up can and should be left in the past. Therapy isn't just something that's there for problematic people. It's surprising to me that 62% of adults believe that social attitudes inhibit people from getting help with mental health. And despite growing up in an era of mental health, 37% of Gen Z believes that if you seek out help for your mental state, that you're mentally weak and inept. I personally have been a user of BetterHelp since 2019. As you can imagine, going on the road, oftentimes I'm alone, and sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. I have found it relatively refreshing and nice to be able to talk to a professional at my leisure. I get to make my own schedule on BetterHelp, and that's really nice because for me, week to week can change, and when my times are available is ever changing. They make it really easy with being able to log in on a computer or on a phone. But I find it really nice to be able to talk to a professional and be able to get pointers on how I can better improve my life and give me some perspective. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, BetterHelp is sponsoring this video. I'm working with them to stop the stigma around mental health support and encourage more people to get the help that they need from a licensed therapist. You don't need to be alone in the Amazon jungle inside your brain. Therapists listen, ask questions, and help you find new perspectives. They give you the tools you need and advice to make positive changes and fulfill their mission to make starting therapy as easy as possible. If you think you could benefit from talking to a licensed therapist, you can use the link that's right here. I'm going to post it in the description down below. Once you click that link, not only will you find the best suited therapist that matches your needs, but you will also get 10% off your first month using BetterHelp. Now, thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Thanks to you for watching. Now let's get back to the prepaid programming. I've just gotten dropped off. That boat is not coming back to get me for another 5 days. If need be, I do have an emergency radio that I can call if something goes wrong, but right now I am not planning on calling back. The first thing that's important to do is to assess where I'm at, what I have around me, the types of resources I have, the type of wildlife that's around, and if there is any immediate danger. This riverbank, although it looks nice to camp here, there's a giant rotting log right here with this game trail coming through. I think I would have a lot of problems with insects, snakes, or other animals that might be using this as a home. So I'm going to try to find somewhere that's close to the river and not too deep in the forest that I can set up a camp to be comfortable in for the next few days. One of the biggest dangers to me is this machete. I have to be very careful because this thing is razor sharp. It's no joke. If I overcut and this thing goes into my shin, it's not good. A little trick for you, if you've never wielded a machete, is always keep the hand that you're swinging with that foot forward when you're swinging. Because if you swing then, you can see that I'm not going to hit myself. Another trick is when I'm swinging on something like this, I always want to have a 45-degree angle. I don't want to be chopping straight on. So if I chop like this, it cuts straight through. If I chop straight on, it doesn't. See? These are just red ants, so they are the most harmless out of the ant species that live in the Amazon. But man, they are annoying. Any ant here will bite you. I've already been bitten a few times by these red ants, and it doesn't leave a big sting, but they definitely let you know that they're there. There's a lot of ants to have right next to my camp because the trees I was thinking about using are right here. I think I've got to find a different spot, unfortunately. One, two, three, four. River. I can be right here and have access right to the water. If I do make a beachside spot, it could be a little more susceptible to wildlife just because things come down here to drink and feed at night. But it does seem rather exciting, doesn't it? I think I will go with the one that's a little more in. The slope is slanted here. We could get more rain in the next few days. It's not that far of a walk, so I will make camp over there. It does look like I have a small game trail that runs by here. You can see if you get down low, you can kind of see a footpath. Not really sure what that's used by. There's capybara out here. There's also a very big armadillo, which is cool. This is one of the only places in the world that has a descendant of the giant armadillo. So I am gonna try to make camp not over the game trail. Right now, all I'm doing is I'm looking for trees that look large enough to build my shelter on for the week. Ideally, I'll have 4, but I can make do with 3. That's perfect. Okay, I found my 4 trees, I think. It's got water close by. It's got a lot of resources around. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. I'll be able to make a fairly large shelter and have very easy access to the water. What just fell there is what is considered a widowmaker. Just like animals, we have to be careful for deadfall. It is hung up in vines above. All right, so now that I've selected my 4 trees, which are here, 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 and here, I need to find support pieces. And what I really need to make sure that I'm doing is that I am not wasting energy cutting things that I don't need. Another thing to consider is that there are several things that I would like to clear out from here to make my view to the water, or my access to the water, a little bit better. So first things first, I had to cut down a tree here that was relatively big because it was smack dab on the side of my shelter. So that one's down. It'll actually work either as a roof piece, or if I want to, I could use it as a support. I already see a hot contender for one of the first trees to get cut. So I'm gonna take that one, I'm gonna take the one in front, and I'm just gonna keep working my way to the shoreline until I run out of trees that I wanna chop down, and then I'll try to find other things that are close to camp to cut. What I'm doing now is adding some tension to my bow, so if something does come by, I have the means to take care of it. Got some arrows with barbs and a dream baby. This forest up here is thick, man. It is easy to get disoriented out in the jungle, so as long as I keep the river in my vision, I have pretty good confidence that I know where I'm going. Now this tree is actually so thick that luckily I'll be able to use it for more than just one support. It's all about conservation of energy right now, because although I have a lot of energy right now, if I don't get food, or I'm not lucky enough with the fishes, it's gonna be a long 5 days. So shelter, first things first. If you guys want, I did release a new t-shirt, the Amazon Jungle excursion shirt, available now on Mav Outdoors. 100% of the proceeds go to helping adventures like this, so check them out. Fun fact, my favorite animal as a kid was a tree frog. Sharks, but attainable animal, was also a tree frog. Made me turn up pretty sick, so. Just finished my last big piece of wood cutting. It's my last support piece. Measure twice, cut once. The blade's getting a little dull, so I'm gonna sharpen my machete quick. Okay, equally as important as my support pieces, I need Y branches. So I got a 2-for-1 on this one. All right, so what I've cut out so far, this is a support piece for my bed. This is a support piece for the low end of my roof. This is a support piece for the high end of my roof. And this is the other side of the bed. That'll all make sense in a second, but out of those 2 trees, I also got myself 2 usable Y branches. This is just gonna help reinforce it because I am building the shelter without any need for cordage. I don't have paracord, I don't have rope. I can make rope with fibers from stuff around here in the jungle, but that will take a lot of time, and I need to get this thing up because it can start raining here at any minute. So I really want to get my shelter up so I have a place to at least stay dry and try to wait out a rainstorm. So I gotta try to finish this thing up here pretty quick. It's a lot of work. I am already covered in mud and sweat. I don't know if you can tell. So what I'm doing here is just sharpening my Y sticks a little bit so that when they get shoved into the ground, they have a little bit of grab. I really do want to try to trap it. So, like there should be good. Look, little jungle cricket friend from hanging out with the wood. Sorry for wrecking your home, little buddy. There are lots of little insects around here. I should have no problem finding fishing bait. So this is a cockerelli tree. You can see the bark is really fibrous. So I could actually use this to make a string or something, but I'm just utilizing this one, this young one, for its nice Y shape. But its larger brother is a very good resource out here for making rope. Alright, I've got the main structure done for my house. This is gonna be my roof pitch, so this is the high end. And we've got the low end. I've got Y sticks holding all this stuff up. Next is, this is gonna be my bed frame, so got 2 going across here. If I sit on them, it's nice and sturdy. It's all my weight. Same with this side. Y sticks going to the ground. Sit on it. Nice and sturdy. Here's some rain coming. Can deal with the bed and the rain, but if everything's getting soaked, it's gonna suck. So I am going to find some pieces of wood to throw on my roof. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I do need to get some slats going this way and then throw some leaves on. I'm out of drinking water, so I'm gonna go fill it up right now. The iodine takes about 15 minutes to clarify, so I'll run down to the river, fill my canteen up, and I'll have drinking water for when I'm working. I have to make sure I remember when I've sanitized because it's going to take about 15 minutes for the iodine to set in. So take the cap off. This little bit of water just needs 1 drop. Now, if I put the lid on and just drink it straight now, there's a couple issues with that. 1, the iodine hasn't had a chance to get into all of the water, and 2, there's water and bacteria on the lid, on the outside of the mouth hole. So what I need to do is I need to shut my lid loosely and shake it until I see water coming out. I'm gonna tighten my cap, hang it up, make sure it's really tight so I don't lose stuff. And there is so many crickets here, wow. And then it's back to work. I'm gonna take a little break here just for a couple seconds, but making good progress so far. Doesn't look like a lot, but it'll start coming together pretty fast now. Got myself some roof slats. Spacing is kind of big on some of these, so I might need to cut like 2 or 3 more. But I'm just gonna try to start filling it in with leaves, and then if I need more, I will cut more. Been here for roughly 4 hours so far. I'm gonna make sure I'm still drinking water, so I'm not getting dehydrated out here. Now I need to find some big leaves. Of course, in the jungle, there's many types of big leaves. Oh, this would be considered almost a small leaf or a medium-sized leaf. But what I'm really looking for is stuff like this. This is a banana palm. So these would make great roofing shingles. There's a lot of resources available next to my shelter where I will be able to build a relatively waterproof roof. This is just a start, but I'm gonna start piling up my resources near my camping spot, and it's gonna take a lot of leaves. This is a big shelter, so I am really excited because I did just see up here there are some adult banana palm leaves. You can see them right there, right here, and I know it's hard to get a size comparison when they're far away, but look at this. This leaf is absolutely massive. I'm gonna harvest these. There's a lot of rotten wood around. I do have to be careful for insects. Like I said, there can be scorpions, can be wasp nests, can be bullet ants, all of which would not be fun to have crawling on me or get stung by. I'm gonna take this slow. I'm gonna just start layering my leaves, starting from the bottom up. Should have been carrying my bow. There's a blackbird right there. Could have killed him. At least had a shot at him. That stinks. I'll go grab my bow quick. He's gone. Should have had my bow on me. Wanted to go lightweight, but it's funny, I flushed him like a grouse. He like just stood about 10 yards away from me. Thing was big, it's like a turkey. Oh well. Now I know. Bow's right here. Holy cow. What was that, dude? I'm making some headway on the roof. Seeing sunlight isn't a good thing, so I'm gonna have to find some bigger leaves to kind of weave into here and really water seal it, but I'm actually feeling a lot better about using these palm leaves. I'm gonna start on making my bed. It's funny because I'm actually gonna use the same palms that I've been harvesting for the roof, but these are the mature ones, so you can see the stalk of it is really strong and bendy. The one downside is that there's these edges They flatten out, but they get really, really sharp. So I gotta like take them down with my machete. I would need roughly 8 of these to sleep on. If I can find more, I will harvest more. I'm pretty well there. I just want somewhere to sit. If rain does start coming down, I mean, this will be at least keeping me somewhat dry, and having a place to sit and potentially sleep on if it keeps raining all night is a nice idea. So we're gonna do that. We're getting there. This is a lot of work. It's 3:35 in the afternoon. I got out here at 9. It's just about ready to sleep in. I mean, if I needed to right now, I might be able to sleep on this, but it is pretty tippy. Very tippy. I'm gonna need a few more of these, and I've harvested all the ones from camp, so I gotta go do some exploring. Kind of getting to crunch time here. It's like I want to focus on fishing to get food, or firewood to get fire, but I feel like having slats or enough slats is an important piece. I know some people might be concerned about how much palm I'm harvesting. As long as you leave this stalk, the thing will actually come back. And I don't even need to do this, but I'll help that one along. Oh no. It's raining cats and dogs, man. It's about to start. And I don't have firewood. This is not good. At least it held out this long, I guess. As much as the rain sucks, it's actually going to be nice to be able to test out my my shelter. Make sure that it's waterproof. I'm going to try to get a fire going. I'm not cold, but I do want to be able to keep the bugs away if I can. This is epoxy or sap from a lotus tree. I found it when I was looking for some of my shelter. Let's see if I can't get this mama started. It just got dark out so fast. Great, I just have to pull it ant. Jeez. I really don't want to go into the jungle and look for firewood in the dark. Got a little bit here. Tried making like a feathering stick, but I think this wood's just wet. I had some dry pieces and it looked like it was gonna take, but it changed its mind on me. I think I'll give it one last try here. I can't get it to go. I might be just fireless on night 1, honestly. Fireless and foodless. It's gonna keep me hungry for tomorrow, I guess. Oh, it sucks. I really don't think it's a good idea to go out of here in the dark. In fact, I know it's not a good idea, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay down The shelter took an impressively long time to get done, but I am very pleased with the outcome. All right, I'm not gonna be too down on myself. It was a great day. Got a good shelter built, got a bed. See how this thing works. In the bed, there's a couple of little leaks, but for the most part, I'm staying dry right now. Got my boots hung up, going socks, put my hoodie on, crossing my dang fingers. All right, I will see you in the morning. I'm not gonna be able to move too much, just sleep on my back tonight. But we'll get a fire going tomorrow. I might even catch some fish. Let's see ya. What a night. Whoa. I went to bed at like 7. I think I probably got a total of like 5 hours of sleep. It was like an hour on, an hour off type of thing. If these things spread apart, I have potential to fall directly onto my little firewood pile, which very well could impale me. My roof isn't quite as waterproof as I'd like. You can see there's some leaves falling down. It did pretty well, honestly. It was funny waking up to water droplets hitting my face in the middle of the night, but there wasn't much I could do unless I wanted to go get completely soaked out in the jungle and risk getting lost. So it rained all night. So it was a good test for my my shelter. I'm really glad I got that roof done yesterday. Took a long time, but it was worth it. Gotta be careful while I'm walking here. Got my Crocs on right now. I just don't want to meet a pit viper or something. Oh wow, the river got higher. If the river keeps rising like this, it's gonna be pretty tough to fish, I think, but I'll figure it out anyway. First thing today that I need to take care of is finding myself some firewood, and I need to stockpile it like it's going out of style, because whatever I had going on last night was not the deal. I woke up at like 3, and with the rain going and the temperature dropping out here, it being a little wet, it was a little chilly. So it's roughly 6 a.m. It is just light enough out now where I could start doing some stuff. Also, I didn't really explain very well what that insect was last night, that giant ant. That is called a bullet ant, and if you get stung by one of those, you're definitely going to feel it for like 5 to 6 days. Throbbing pain. I've heard it's not the most fun. Some people even have like allergic reactions, and makes them nauseous and sweat. So really trying to not meet one of those again. Gotta stay safe out here. It is tough because it's just the jungle floor. Could be scorpions or anything when I wake up. Been trying to be very careful about when I put my shoes on and stuff, but all right, while I was scavenging around, I found some of these guys, and these have the ability to hold my fishing bait. So I'm gonna crack a couple of them open and see if I find some worms. Oh, almost cut that one in half. There's a grub. All right, see if I can't use one of these to catch some bait. Ugh. Everything's so slick from the rain. I need to cut stairs here. I just don't have the energy to. Oh, I thought that was a bite. Oh, it was a bite. Oh, dang it. Yes. I got a bait fish. Let's go. Nice, I got another one. Nice. That's perfect bait. Let's go. That's awesome, dude. 3 grubs turned into 3 bait fish. putting a little bit of my bait on my hand line. It's a little scary because the water's high right now, so this very well could get hung up, but I gotta try it. Alright, fishing this morning was a success for bait. Not so much for piranha or catfish, but I can't be too upset because I used 4 worms and I think I got 6 pieces of bait. And 2 of them are super giant, which is great. Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of bait now. Now, I could make the decision to eat those, but I think I'm gonna wager on night lines and being able to catch a couple piranha. Well, chill out for a second. I've been kind of go since 6 a.m., so I'm gonna sit down and celebrate that win. Of course, it's gonna start raining now. Nice. I did it. I have a fire. Alright, I just went out, cut some banana leaves to patch up holes later if it rains. I gotta chill out for a second because I'm starting to get jungle foot. If you look, you can see this big crease right here. It really wants to split open, so it's on both of my feet. It's just because my feet have been wet for like the past 24 hours, so I don't know. I might take a little nap here and try to dry them out. It's the middle of the afternoon anyway. If there was a time to nap, it would be now. Got a lot done. Well, got some big things done, like the fire and some bait. Those are 2 very huge steps in the right direction. This jungle foot, this trench foot gets any worse, I am not going to be in a good spot. Hopefully I didn't split it already. It's hard to tell right now because my feet are so wet, but got my socks hanging over the smoldering smoke. And I think this is how I'm going to sit for like the next half hour at least. Try to dry these bad boys out. Maybe catch some Z's too. All right, a little siesta. All right, I need firewood. And I need fish. Seems relatively simple enough. Too bad it is 100% going to be more complicated out here than that. Well, my dry socks lasted about 10 seconds. Almost fell in the river. Jeez Louise. Fishing's supposed to be peaceful. That was not. Just got bit by a piranha. I would love to catch it. It'd be delicious. Piranha. Little baby piranha. Just a little guy, but that is a piranha. Alright, that feels good. Finally got a piranha. They make them much bigger than that, but beggars can't be choosers right now. Just scaling them out here. There's really not much meat here, but I am hungry, so this will do for tonight. I'm gonna try fishing again later. I have 2 bait fish left from this morning still, so There's still hope. I was tempted to just dice this guy up and use him as bait, but I feel like I should at least get something in my system. Alright, well I do not have enough firewood to get me through the night, so I've got to find some. The only trade-off is my my foot is absolutely soaked, so if I trek too far, I fear that I'm gonna split it open and have trench foot, which does not sound like fun. So I just need stuff that'll hold an ember overnight, so then I don't have to do the whole flint and steel thing again. But this fire should start back up. It's starting to smolder. 3 more days out here, so if I start with trench foot, I'm gonna be limping, and I really won't be able to get fish. I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit, let these bad boys marinate. You can see that crease right there? That's what'll split if it keeps staying too wet. I can feel it feels painful right now, and I just really don't want to know how painful it is once it splits. That sounds terrible. So rain's starting to come down. They call it a rainforest for a reason, I guess. Fire's still smoldering. I might need to get up, get it going before this rain starts hitting it too hard. It wasn't an action-packed day like it was yesterday, but very thankful for that, actually, because I am a tired boy. The good news is I do have bait to put out night lines tonight. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty good way to catch some fish. There's vampire fish out here. There's piranha, arapaima, tiger catfish. I think that's one done piranha. I might have a leaky house, but at least I caught a little bit of fish today. That's probably as much calories that a bag of popcorn has. Mr. Piranha! Shout out to Mr. Piranha. This might as well be fried chicken right now. This tastes so good. Wish I had like 30 of these things. I was debating using them as bait, but having myself a little chicken nugget is well worth it. My first meal out here in the Amazon jungle. If that's how good the big one tastes, I want it. Howling monkeys are back at it again. I'm about to go put my bait on my night lines. Just don't want to be too early because then the piranhas are going to steal it. I gotta say, I think fire might be one of the most important things out here. It is a pain in the butt to get a fire started in the rainforest. I really want to keep some embers for morning so I don't have to go find crazy dry wood again. They'd make it into a screamo band pretty good. And I'd say it's about dark enough out to throw the old hand lines down. Watch the ground for snakes. I do not want you to fall in the water. Alright, I tied it to a vine and put it directly in the water. Now we'll wait and listen from camp. See if we get smoked. I'm gonna go set the other one really quick, and then I'm gonna go enjoy the fire. Hopefully we wake up in the middle of the night to a giant fish on one of those. Alright, got my line set. Got a little bit of food in my tummy, and a full jug of water. I think I'm about ready to hit the hay and do another hour on, hour off. One issue is going to be this. Last night I didn't have a fire. I didn't realize that it was going to be blowing directly in my face. I feel like I'll figure it out if that keeps happening. At least my entire shelter is open though. I didn't really see any wildlife today. Got to catch a piranha though. That's what counts. It's a beautiful night. No rain yet. Great fire. Drying out the hoodie and the socks. Honestly, not feeling that hungry. That piranha did its job. I've needed a little fast in my life anyway. Lord knows late night Taco Bell has had a vice grip on me for the last 29 years of my life. I am absolutely sweat through right now. I don't know if you can see, but it would be so nice to jump into the river. The problem is that this side, I know from falling in today, is very deep. And that actually scares the Jeebus out of me. Not only do I have to worry about piranha, but I'd have to worry about vampire fish attacking my feet, or a giant caiman, or getting shocked by an electric eel. Not everything's out to get you in the Amazon, but I just feel like I should be smart. So I think I'm gonna be a sweaty boy for the rest of this trip. Well, laying in my lovely bed, I would give this thing like a 2 for comfort, honestly. Got it through my shoulder out. All right, well, tonight I'm sleeping sockless. Dry those bad boys out. I'm crossing my fingers for no rain. Make it a dry forest, not a rainforest, please. The Amazon jungle. Pretty cool place. Good morning from the jungle. I quite literally fell out of my bed this morning. I had to grab that stick over there to hold myself up. I don't know what's going on with these bed slats, but sometimes they just shift around and get overlapping on each other, and they like spring out and then they fling you off of it. So, second time that's happened. My fire went out, but I do still have really good ember in there, so I'm gonna see if this these sticks will light up. It's not looking super hopeful right now, but I have to go check my night lines right now, because if there was anything that bit them last night, if it gets too crazy in the daybreak, they're gonna get eaten by piranhas. So cleaned. Got a good fire going now. I'm trying to build up some good embers again so I can leave this thing on its own for a second. Seems like it should be good enough now. I gotta get a new canteen of water, and I gotta go check that other trap still. Cleaned. What a bummer, dude. Both traps were cleaned this morning. Alright. Guess it's grub time then. You know, despite their look, they actually taste pretty good. Tastes like coconut. One more for good measure. All right. Well, I'm gonna take advantage of the river being as high as it is right now and fill my water up. The rain came at about midnight last night. Really hurt my fire. Also, my roof is not leak proof, you can imagine. If it rains all day today, it's gonna be pretty rough for me. Might be a gathering firewood and wait it out kind of day. There are a few other resources that I can use around here for food, so I might have to bank on those rather than banking on catching a fish, because obviously something's going on with my night lines where the fish aren't getting hooked. I laid down for a little nap because I'm absolutely exhausted. This is physically and mentally exhausting. You can see the condition of my hands right now. Ant bites everywhere. Got a blister going from the machete. I think I fell asleep for like an hour. Maybe even 2. I think it's time to go try my hand at some fishing again. Yes. No. All right, 11 bait fish is what I ended up with. Freaking haul this morning. It is very tempting just to eat them, honestly, because I did get so many. But I at least got to try a couple casts with the hand line before I commit to that. Oh my gosh, this slope is so slick. Oh my gosh, I have a fish. No way. No! That was a Pyara or a vampire fish. I could tell when I was pulling it up. They have very, very long teeth, and even when they're out of the water, they can do some damage if they get a hold of you. So I was trying to be careful. You can see that I have a pretty steep grade here. I pulled him up on shore, and it would have been enough if that leader was closed. I could have smacked him with my machete really quick, but slipped off the leader, and he's on to live another day. All right, well, I'm gonna keep casting. If I get a fish like that, that'd be an awesome meal. Oh my gosh, I just did it. I got a piranha. Oh, yes, I got a piranha. Oh my gosh, thank you. Holy man. Yes. I'm gonna cook him up right now. Oh my gosh. Look at that little black piranha. That extra long fishing pole that I made, I ended up just sticking it in the mud and hanging it over the current. And that's where that fish grabbed it. It hooked itself. That was perfect. All right, let me get this thing cleaned up. Right now I'm descaling it. This is gonna allow me to just cook it with the skin on. I was just starting to feel like I had lost hope. Losing that vampire fish was not good for the mental. This is a lot more of an upgrade from the piranha I caught yesterday. My fire's trying to start, but I'm gonna start smoking the piranha right now. It was an amazing accomplishment for the day. I'm actually happy that I lost the Pyara. Of course, it would have been nice to have more meat, but those fish are so bony that it would have not been as delicious, and I probably would have quit fishing and not caught my piranha today. So thanks to that dude for coming around. All right, so I ended up building a little grill for the fish, but I can't get the fire high enough right now, so I'm too impatient to wait for it to smoke. So he's just sitting right on the coals there. Oh. How's this boy looking? It's getting close. What a blessing it was to catch that fish, man. Feeling very thankful right now. It's day 3, Still have a full day left, but at least I don't have to starve through my last full day tomorrow. Oh no! Hot. That looks done to me. Piranha cheek. Oh my god. That's bony. Whoa. There's his gills. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to eat, but it's so hot. Bone apple teeth. This is delicious. Look at all that meat. I'm not even going to show you closely because I'm too afraid I'm going to drop it on the ground. This fish tastes so good, man. I've always heard piranha tastes good, but today marks the first time that I've not only caught, but feasted on piranha. Black piranha. And man, is it delicious. Because I haven't eaten in like 3 days, my stomach's already getting full, but I'm gonna force myself to take all this down. I'll thank myself later. Now that I've eaten, my body can feel all of the stuff I've been enduring over the last 3 days. My brain's starting to get foggy. I don't have much else to do today besides get firewood for tonight and maybe some leaves to patch up my leaky roof, but I think it was the perfect day to catch Mr. Piranha. Mr. Piranha is my dad, by the way. He has a piranha tattoo on his bicep. This one's for you, Dad. And Mom. Not a piece of meat left. I kind of want to use my bamboo pot and make a bone stock out of it, but I'm exhausted, dude. I think I'll fall asleep with my bone stock on. I guess I trust myself enough. I can take a nap and boil some water. The worst that happens is my pot cracks and I lose my stock. And if I don't do anything with it, that would turn to trash anyway. So good. Alright, got my fish boilie rocking. The capper off with the lid. And cross my dang fingers that it works. Should work. Just bamboo has a tendency to crack under heat, so I got it kind of far away. So I'm going to take a nap and we'll check on it when it's done. Jeez, I'm not making any sense. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I just woke up. I woke up because a spider monkey was above my shelter throwing stuff down. I don't know what he threw down, but it looked like something ran off over there. That is one sad campfire. I don't know if my fish boilie worked. We'll check it in a second. If I can make it through the rest of the trip without having an insect sting me or a snake bite me, make for a pretty awesome trip. So, my tummy's full. I'm happy. Definitely tired. Definitely tired. It's actually surprising how tired I am, but we're going to push through. We're going to find some firewood, and we're going to get this fish boilie going. Free shower. I might not be able to jump in the river, but you can't keep the rain off me. Oh, that feels so good. Even heavy rainfall can't get the 3 days of grime underneath my nails, though. Oh, this thing started right back up. Nice. Alright, nights are coming, so I'm gonna try myself some fishing before it gets too dark. Can you imagine getting 2 fish in a day? That'd be awesome. I don't even think I need another fish right now, but I would sure take it. Where did I put my rod? Oh, yeah, it's right there. Oh, oh, oh! Whatever that was so big it snapped my line. Wow. Dang. Let's get that restrung. What was that? That was crazy. Maybe a caiman? I'm trying to figure out what the heck that would have been. I ended up moving my bed to more of the middle of the shack. It used to be right there over the firewood. And this was actually the first part that I would sit down on. I realized during the rainstorm that the back half is the main half that's leaking, and I think it's pretty hard to patch it up just because there's so much travel. I mean, this is a long shelter, so I think having it in the middle is smarter. Plus, I get to be warmer by the embers of the fire and can throw wood on as needed. All right, let's go set some night lines. Oh my gosh, got a fish. No way. I got a kitty. Let's go, dude. I'm on fire. But look at the crazy spikes he has on his side. What the heck? I don't even know how I'm gonna clean this thing. It's like armored. All right, we'll figure it out. Oh, it's full of eggs. His whole body is armored, so I really don't even know how I'm gonna access the meat. Even had a heck of a time cutting through his tummy. He's got these like crazy spikes all over him. They're all sharp. He's like serrated. And I got a little bit more bait for tomorrow from his guts. He was full of eggs, or sorry, she was full of eggs. So I'm gonna enjoy some catfish eggs. It's like couscous. That one's even got a little char to it. Nice. That was the best one. I mean, I think it's done. It's hard to know, man. This thing's skeleton is insane, though. Whoa, that meat texture is crazy. Alright, I gotta let this thing cool down now. It's very, very hot. I made that bamboo pot before I came out here. Just thought it'd be kind of fun to do a little boil with. I think it's like gonna be a one-time use type of thing, but... Wow, his spikes just peeled right off. What a cool fish. Alright, let's see if this thing is worth all the trouble. It's like stringy. Not bad though. Prefer the piranha, but close second. It has texture like chicken. The belly meat is absolutely delicious. Tons of fat. Uh-oh, my bamboo's on fire, I think. Yep. Nice hot cup of fish broth. Smells awesome. I'm excited. Bone up the teeth. Salty. I haven't tasted salt in so long. It's awesome. Wish I had some ramen noodles to throw in here. That'd be delicious. Perfect way to end the night. Who that is? Mr. Lane Crab. Look at that dude. Alright, dude, you can go. I'm sorry. Alright, folks. Heading to hay for the night. Very, very awesome day. Went from almost going to harvest palm trees to eat to catching my most sought after fish out in the Amazon. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Anything in my shoe? Doesn't look like it. I slept like absolute trash last night. That bed is not the play. I don't know what to do to fix it, but I was shifting around, falling over, all sorts of stuff. Doesn't look like it has anything on it, but we'll check anyway. Yeah, what it has on is a clean hook. No such luck this morning. Just filled up my canteen with some new water. I'm in a weird place mentally because I had such a successful day yesterday. I almost don't need to get food. Of course, I have fun fishing, so I'm gonna try my hand at catching some more fish today. The jungle's starting to wear on me, man. I mean, I woke up today feeling really good. All that I really need to do today is to find some firewood. It would be nice to catch another piranha today, to have one last meal, so I'm definitely gonna try to do that. But if you don't give your body the rest it needs, whether you're in the jungle or at home, it'll catch up with you. Oh no, I have a piranha. Yes. Got him. I was talking a big game about not being hungry, but actually I'm really excited to eat this fish. I'm gonna try to spatchcock it. I've never done it with a piranha, so hopefully I can figure it out. Alright, I need to find some green twigs. Alright, so I need 3 to 4 sharpened sticks to be able to stick in this guy's inside. There you have it. Piranha spatchcock. Monkeys. That was so cool. I don't want to get poop thrown at me, so I'm gonna stay quiet and sit down over here. But I got this one staring at me. Alright, enough monkeying around. I need a good fire. Be a great moment just to get slapped in the face with poop. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Alright, there we go. Spatchcock piranha. Yeehaw! As you can tell, I'm in desperate need of some firewood. So after I finish eating, I'm gonna have to go figure that out. I'd also love to find some cordage to tie my bedpost down, but from me looking for cockerelli trees the other day, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find any. skin got so crispy. It's like smoky. It's yummy. Piranha ribs. Piranha kind of has its own flavor. I don't necessarily know if it tastes like any other fish that I've had. Nice white flaky meat. I was gonna say it's kind of just like a giant crappie, but it's not really. It has a different texture and a little bit different flavor. Without hesitation, this is a top 10 at least fish I've ever eaten. Might even give it that top 5 zone, but that might just be the hunger talking. It's 1:07 in the afternoon. I just finished eating that fish and took a nap again. I'm so exhausted, man. I don't know if it's because of lack of sleep or what, diet, but I have a bad case of the butt pee right now. And I really don't feel like doing much of anything. Even getting firewood seems like a lot of work right now. I gotta just go use the bathroom, and I feel like a scene out of a movie where like I'm wobbly walking through the woods. I'd say getting 5 hours of sleep last night definitely didn't help. Also changing my diet up probably didn't help. Alright, I did it. I went and got firewood. I am one stinky man right now. There it is. Wow. Yeah, baby. Smashing. Some giant bird right there. It looks like a hawk almost. I could grab my bow and some arrows, but I really only have one more day out here, so I won't be able to utilize all that meat. I'll just watch it from afar instead. Let's not get stung or bitten by a crazy animal tonight. Let's not get taken out by a widowmaker. And we're chilling. We're good. We are the people that can find whatever you may need. And if you got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Got 16 hours left here. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's crazy. Every day out here, you're battling, man. It's not easy. 5:10. Gonna get dark out in like an hour. And here comes the rain. My foot dried all the way out, by the way. Didn't have to deal with trench foot. Gotta deal with dirty old Mav foot, though. Got bug bites up the waws. No insect friends by the fire yet. Hoping that they don't come around tonight, especially the big ones. Or the night wasps. I think that might be... Oh. Dude. It is glow bug. That thing is crazy. He's huge. I've never seen one like that. Did he just... What the... I'm shutting this light off, and then I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 6:30. If it's anything like the last few nights, I'm gonna be up and at 'em a fair bit, so figured I'd get started early. Alright, good night from night 4, the last night. Best fire yet, might I add. See you in the morning, or if anything crazy happens in the middle of the night. It's 6 a.m. My howler monkey alarms just started back up. The fire lasted until like midnight last night, then it went out. I was woken up to some heavy rain and decided to get it going again. I had a lot of cotton balls left over from my fire kit, so I threw those in on top of the embers and it started up right away with a bunch of twigs. And it all comes down to this, the final crescendo. The Amazon jungle can take care of you or it can destroy you. You get to decide. You can either respect and learn what it has to offer or become the 2/3 that is decomposing on the inside and rotting on the jungle floor. This trip has been nothing short of amazing. I've been very blessed and lucky to have the circumstances that I did. And with little knowledge, I was able to survive out here for 5 days with minimal gear. Part of me is sad that I'm heading back today, but the other half of me is ecstatic. Tell you what, a good American cheeseburger sounds not so bad right now. For some reason, I feel like the thought of this place is never going to escape my mind. And I'll be up late at night just thinking about the howling monkeys, the chirping of the birds all night, my shelter dripping on my face. Once again, I just want to let you all know how much I appreciate you for sticking this one out and allowing me to be able to do this as my full-time job. This trip has been nothing short of incredible, and I gotta thank each and every one of you that has clicked on this video. So, time to load up on the boat, and it's time to get the heck out of here.